Hello, Bloodies. Thank you for visiting the crypt, or office, of the Deadandlaughing show, where the collection of stories is growing almost every night by souls just like yours. I'm glad to have you here as we delve into tales of the unexplainable and the unbelievable. Verses of shadows and specters, witches and weirdos. Did you hear that? Don't worry. Pay no mind to the entity in your area. It likes to wait until you're all alone. Now grab your cuddle corpse and say a prayer that you don't live in these moments. Welcome to Live with the Afterlife. Who would known it'd be this much of a pain in the ass just to find a publisher? Oh, hello, Bloodies. Welcome back. It feels like I haven't seen you for some time. Caught me in the middle of doing something. That thing filthy, you pervs. No, I'm actually looking for publishers right now. I've been sending out emails fucking galore to multiple places already. And yeah, just trying to see who's gonna take a bite. Who's gonna give my twisted story a chance. I've talked about it already a couple times, where I already have the first done right here, right in front of me. The book's name is Stitched. If you're wondering why is it called Stitched, one, it makes sense considering, well, it's based on a corpse. It's a dead man, well, who's pretty much brought back to life, someone in the middle of living and dead. His stitches don't heal, and everything in the story, everything a part of his life is what is stitched together to make him who and what the fuck he turns out to be. And it's horrible. He's a horrible piece of shit. He's horrible, but he's based off of something you see. Yeah. But really though, the story is it's gonna delve into some dark shit. It is gonna be, I do plan on it being funny. I do plan on it being a little bit sarcastic, you know, how a friend would react to each other, how people would respond to each other, just talking shit, but then being helpful at the same time. And just as it goes on, just he's gonna talk a lot of shit. She might, because the other half of main characters is a woman. So both main characters have to go throughout this whole story. If you're wondering why she's gonna be a main character, go look at the Instagram page stitched.comic. That's so far the introductions for the characters and the story so far. So go check that out. You'll be able to get more info there. You're here for a scary story. That would actually make a pretty fucked up story. What I have written, the characters I have, the enemies that I'm creating, that he has to, well, fight, almost die again, that he has to go up against in order to find out why why somebody wants him dead and out of the picture. So hopefully you're into that. Hopefully you're willing to go through that. And yes, it's pretty much a horror book. I've said it before, it's pretty much a horror story. He is the slasher, but there are other villains in there. And some people who are who are going to be nice end up being really fucked up. So keep your eyes open for that one. If you know what, all honesty, if none of this works, I'm going to try Kickstarter, because I already have a cover, I have different things set up. So if publishers don't want it, I'm going to try to do that and get it out there to all of you bloodies to actually see and to enjoy. Because really, I would really love for this story to take off. You might be wondering why I don't have my book. Today's story is something that actually happened to me. Well, actually, me and Ghouli Julie. Because this happened a long time ago. The title of the story is Hypnosis Doesn't Work on Me. Now, when I say that hypnosis doesn't work on me, some people have tried. When I was younger, some people have tried who were older just to see if it'll work. It didn't work. And people who were my age at that moment tried to hypnotize me. And Ghouli Julie happens to be one of them. She had a book that gave you a step-by-step instructions on how to hypnotize a person. So, that's what we tried. I explained to her that everybody who's tried to hypnotize me to, like, get me to, like, whatever the fuck, follow the watch, fucking look at the spiral, listen to my voice, it doesn't work. I don't know why. I have a hunch, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe because I can't stop thinking. Because, you know, the whole ADHD thing. So I can't stop thinking. So it's just going. And if I'm sitting there and somebody tells me, no, just calm your mind, be quiet, just breathe, listen to my breathing. I try to do that, but then it starts to evolve into, I hear a slight wheeze in my breathing, like, why am I wheezing? And then I start asking questions, why am I wheezing? Do they wheeze? Does this happen sometimes? Does this, and it leads to other things. So maybe that's why it doesn't seem to work, because I don't seem to fucking stop. It's just constant, just bleh. But this particular day, when Ghouli Julie tried to hypnotize me, we were just hanging out. It was a while ago. We were actually teenagers when this happened. And I was just, I was laying on her bed, and she pulled out the book, and she's like, I want to try something. So, have you ever been hypnotized? No, that doesn't work on me. What do you mean that doesn't work on you? Has anybody tried? A couple times. They failed. They have failed tremendously to hypnotize me, to get me to do anything. You'd be like, oh, hey, I need to sleep. Nope, none of that shit worked on me. And after making a little stupid joke about it, she's like, well, do you want to try? Yeah, sure, I don't care. Because at that time in my life, I didn't fucking care about a lot of things. And it wasn't just, yeah, I don't care, but really, I care. No, it was pretty depressing. So I didn't tend to give a shit a lot. And I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll try anything, let's see if it works. Long story short, it didn't work. But what happened was so much fucking weirder. Everybody who's tried to hypnotize me, it doesn't lead to anything. I'm still awake, I'm bored, I'm quiet, I'm breathing, but I'm thinking about everything going on. I hear all kinds of shit, as I said. But this time it was so much fucking stranger. As she was reading the book and I was laying on her bed, she was sitting off to the side. She wasn't touching the bed or anything. So that way I could stay still, be calm, be relaxed. As she started reading through it, following the steps of the book, I could hear her flipping the page whenever she finished. I got very bored. Same thing. That was the one thing that would stay the same. I got very bored. I was thinking. I try to keep my mind quiet. I try to stay quiet. And listen to my breathing and just listening to her voice. Nobody was making any sounds, really. I think her siblings were there. but nobody was making a fuck ton of ruckus. Nobody else in the house was making a fuck ton of noise, so nothing was disturbing us. We were just calm, collected, and quiet. While I'm laying there, and she's going on and reading, I'm thinking that this sounds interesting, but how come I won't stop thinking? I don't know what, this is before we started connecting the dots on the whole ADHD thing. And while I'm laying there, I'm not getting, like I'm falling asleep or anything. I hear her voice. I hear her talking. She's talking as, like keeping her voice down. Very mellow. Very just soft, calming, soothing. And I'm just laying there. Eventually, I feel like I fall asleep. But it's not like it's not like it was before. God, now I'm thinking about what if it did work. But it didn't feel like it did before, where I was just laying there. No, this felt incredibly vivid. It felt strange. All right. As I was laying there and I presumably fell asleep, I opened my eyes and I was somewhere else. And it was just, I obviously knew I'd never been there. And it wasn't like, oh, I closed my eyes, I opened my eyes, and I'm laying down in another area. No, it was, I closed my eyes, and as those sounds happened and they slowly faded, I opened my eyes and I'm standing on a dirt road. Both sides of me, just fields of fucking just wheat just blowing, just calmly in a breeze. Just, it looked fucking trippy. It was just calmly blowing. I'm just looking around like, where the fuck am I? Just look left and right. Finally notice there's a fence off to my right. As I follow the fence, a couple steps, I realize there's a fucking house. And it's not nice. It's not new. It looks like an old, beat up fucking house. And you know what? The entire area was pretty dark. It looked like it was only lit by moonlight. Slightly brighter than moonlight, now that I think about it. Where I could see everything. Everything had a dull tone to everything, just like a dull blue grayish over every fucking thing. Just the shadows felt darker than it should have been. It was just so fucking weird, and it felt so vivid as I was walking up to this fucking house. Remember the scent, just dirt. The smell of dirt just wafting over me, just hitting me, and I could smell it, I could feel it. And as I'm walking closer, I hear my name. As if it is the breeze. I hear my name coming to me, but on the breeze, just ever so slightly, ever just so calmly, just going by me. And I hear it as if it's coming from the home. So I walk up to the house and I start to make out more details of it, which it looked fucking ragged. It looked completely destroyed. It looked like nobody's been there in multiple decades. Windows were fucking like shattered, mostly. The door was like off a hinge. It was wide open. It was like off a hinge. The fucking floorboards were all splintered and everything. It looked fucked up. It was like a single story, boarded fucking home. But as I walked up to it, I could feel the crunching of the dirt. I could feel the wood creaking. I could hear it. And the entire time I could still hear my name being spoken over the breeze. Just ever so slightly, just over the breeze, like it's just pulling me closer. And don't know where the fuck it's coming from. I don't recognize the voice. As I get closer, I'm hesitant to even open the fucking door. One, looking at it and thinking, can I open this? But the main thing that was hitting me was, do I really want to know what's in there? That was the main question that was hitting me. Like a like a punch to the gut. It was just like, do I really want to go in here? Do I really want to? I don't know what's in here. What can be in here? There's probably nothing. I could probably fall and hurt myself. I could probably do this. Because it felt so real, I was questioning what the fuck I was going to do. And it was fucking strange. Because everything, the feel of it. All my senses were getting triggered. The rust on the fucking doorknob as I reached and just pushed a little bit. The feeling of the fucking wood grazing my knuckles. Just everything. It was just so fucking weird. As I pushed the door open, the breeze stopped. I didn't hear it anymore. I didn't hear my name. I didn't feel the breeze. I didn't feel anything. I didn't hear anything. It was just quiet. Dead. I didn't know where the fuck anything was going on. What the fuck happened? As I walked in, it seemed like outside became a little bit darker. Just a little bit darker. Nothing too crazy. Just like it just dimmed even further. I remember seeing my dad sitting on these little steps that led to just, I don't know what the fuck they led to. I didn't get to explore. I remember seeing him sitting on these steps wearing a white suit. Not even dirty. Wearing a white suit. Looked healthier than a motherfucker. My dad was a big guy. So seeing him sitting in this small house was fucking weird. And, you know, he was military. He was a sergeant in the army. So he had a buzz cut. In the 90s, that's what he had. He had a buzz cut, little mustache. And then seeing him with that haircut, mustache, and white suit, he looked like a fucking drug lord. But that's what I seen. I seen him sitting there. And I know when I walked up, it looked like a single story and all of that, but I don't know where the fuck the steps went. I didn't think about it. I just seen them go up and away. That was it. I looked at him and I asked him, what the fuck are you doing here? He didn't care that I don't know what the fuck it was, in my dream, I guess you could say. He didn't care that I cursed. He just looked at me and just smiled. Asked, how have I been? I couldn't lie to him the way I did to so many people over so many years, where I said, I'm okay. I'm alright. No. I told him, I'm not good. I'm not okay. This is happening. This is happening. And it was really, really fucking heartbreaking. Because I know in real life I would never be able to have that conversation. So, talking to him in that dream was the closest I could ever get. That was the only time. Oh, no. That was like the second time I've ever had a dream, including my father, that fucking vivid. At least I think it was a dream. It fucking probably was. An incredibly vivid fucking dream. But then, talking to him and telling him everything, he seemed like he was sad. He put his head down and he just put his arms around me and said that, don't worry. Don't forget. I still love you. And it felt very real, as I've been saying. It felt incredibly real as this big motherfucker. He was 6'5", well over 200 pounds, big son of a bitch. And by that point, I was barely like 5'10", I think. I think it was like 5'10". So it was like, God, you're a fucking monster. And just him like putting his arms around him, giving me a hug, and I was just breaking down, to be fully honest. I was incredibly sad. Then he told me, I'm proud of you. I'll always be proud of you. You're my baby boy. I was like, motherfucker. And I was I was tearing up in that dream. I was weeping like a bitch. I don't give a fuck. I was weeping like a bitch. I felt very sad. I felt very fucking sad about that. As everybody would when, you know, this person who is your parent passes. And he died a long time before then. By that time, I was a teenager, and he died when I was a little kid. So it was years. And I didn't grow up having a fuck ton of pictures of him either. So what we had was just like a couple things. And it was very strange. Very fucking strange. After our little conversation was concluded, he loosened his grip. I forgot what he said. He said something else, and I guess I was too wrapped up in the moment to even give a fuck. I was too wrapped up in that moment to even like process everything. And I stopped, and I hear that little voice again. I hear a small voice coming over. I hear it on the breeze, and it just starts to pick up just a little bit, back to what it was. And I felt like a panic, as you could say. It was like a panicking feeling, because I didn't know what the fuck it was coming from. So I looked back at my dad, and he just nodded his head. It felt like he was assuring me, like, you'll be fine. I want to say, Dad, you're a fucking liar. Other than that, as it was ending, I started to back out of the house. Seeing him sitting in there. Before I left, I told him, why are you in here? Why are you here? Why are you in this broken down ass home? Why are you in here? He said, I have to stay here. I don't know why, but it felt like it made sense. After that, I turned around, and as I hit the fucking door frame, as I was passing it, I woke up. Ghouli Julie was sitting on the bed, and she looked at me, and she was just like, are you okay? Are you okay? I woke up fucking violently, where I just... how the fuck do I say? I took a deep breath, sat up, and I was fucking weeping. My face was soaking wet. Just, my eyes just completely I was fucking just, oh God, I was bawling. I was bawling like crazy. I was just, oh, what the fuck? I was freaking out so fucking hard. It just felt so goddamn strange to wake up. She was telling me, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, breathe. I was like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. And she's like, you weren't fucking waking up. You weren't really breathing. What the fuck was going on? Like, are you okay? I was like, what the fuck? That's all I could think was, what the fuck was going on? I didn't know what was happening. I thought I was there, and then I zapped back into this fucking spot, and I'm like, what the fuck? It just felt so fucking insane. as I sat there and finished crying like a bitch. And her consoling me, telling me it's okay, it's fine, it's alright, like, what did you see, what did you feel? And I explained everything, every little fucking detail, everything. She was just like, I don't think it worked on you. I don't think it fucking worked on me either. That I don't know what happened. Like, you just were laying there and you were quiet. Then a minute or so, I started trying to get you up. You started crying. You started weeping. You started calling out for your dad. You started saying dad, like, it was like, what the fuck? Like, you were calling out, like, what the fuck? What? Like, you were calling out to your dad, like, what the fuck? Like, you were just laying there. I was trying to wake you up. You wouldn't wake up. So as I was just laying there, she was just freaking out. After she explained that to me and we went over everything, she told me, I don't know what that was, and I don't know if I hypnotized you, but something happened. You were affected some way by this, but I don't know what the hell happened. We spent like the next hour or so trying to figure that out. Trying to go over what she read, what could have actually put me into that type of state. I explained to her about my dad, that, you know, some stories have this, some people's lives have this, where the guy starts a family with somebody who's fucking nuts. How else do I say it? I might as well just say it. Somebody starts a family with somebody who's fucking nuts. They can't take it anymore. So they leave and make another family. And it kind of feels like they abandoned the other one. I want to say my dad didn't abandon us. He didn't just, like, I'm going for a pack of smokes and just leave, and we find out, like, oh, he has another fucking family. No, it was more like, he wasn't there when I started my first memories. He wasn't there, so he was already gone the year prior. And he married his mistress. They had a daughter. Had a little sister. And a little bit of time went by and cancer kicked his ass. Pretty bad. That's why I said in that dream, whatever the fuck it was, he looked incredibly healthy. Because I remember him, the way he looked before he died, he did not look healthy. Seeing somebody go from 6'5", he wasn't pure muscle, but he was a big motherfucker. Seeing somebody like that, just this big fucking dude, incredibly hairy, go from that to bald skin and bone. Fucks with somebody when you see that. Isn't the first time I've seen that, but, well, that was the first time I've seen that, sorry. And it's just, it was crazy to actually fucking have that moment. I'm pretty sure it was all in my head. Pretty sure it was just an incredibly fucking lucid dream that I had where I could touch and feel and do all this shit. Because it felt like I had full control. Well, full control of my body, really. It felt like I was actually there walking through. the feeling of it still sticks to me. A couple other fucking nightmares I actually had stick to me, but that wasn't a nightmare and it sticks to me. And it's just so fucking crazy. Sometimes some things will happen and it'll bring me back to that moment. Not when I woke up, freaking the fuck out. Fuck, where's my dad? And all that shit. It was sometimes like either I'll feel a breeze hit if I'm walking down the street and just feel that air hit me with the picking up the dirt, and I can feel it on my skin, and it brings me right back to that moment. Sometimes I hear the whistle of the wind at a certain point, and it makes me think of it. Shit, if I go to like any area where like it's either, you know, old wood or whatever the fuck, out in the woods and everything like that, a cabin and whatnot, it just sometimes a smell, it'll just like one little note of a specific scent will hit, and I would just think about it, just like, wow, that reminds me of this moment. It reminds me of this dream. I keep calling it a dream, but I mean, I wouldn't be so surprised if it was, but you never know. There have been some weird shit that has happened in my life. Oh, fucking shit. Some weird shit happened with my death, too, but that's different. Oh, fucking shit. But, yeah. Ever since then, never really tried to be hypnotized again. Once in a while. Like, it'll probably come up, and it's just like, hey, you want to try it? No, I'm good. I don't want to go through that again. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but no, I'm good. But that's few and far between. It doesn't really happen that often, as it did before. I don't know. Maybe after that moment, it made me not want to do it. Maybe not want to try to be hypnotized or anything. Maybe it'll drag me back and I'll see that big son of a bitch there. And maybe I'll have better words to say to him. Like, fuck you, Dad. Thanks, Dad, for leaving me with a psycho. Well, me and my brother. Thanks for leaving us with a psycho and being a whore. Which, I mean, that's a whole other thing. My dad was a whore. Not literally. He got around. That motherfucker. Oh, God. We're his whore children. I know if it ever comes down to it, and if my little sister were to see something, well, were to see these stories and come across this one, she might think different, but really, she doesn't know the whole story. Which I'd rather leave it at that. I don't want to ruin what she had with her family. Well, what she has with her family, what she had with her mom, which I completely dislike. There's reasons behind it, not just, oh, that's my dad's mistress. No, there's a reason. Fuck that bitch. There's a fucking reason. Oh, man. I don't want to get into that one, though. This story felt like it was already personal enough. I wish I could explain it. I wish I could explain those moments. You know, those little instances where it feels so goddamn real. If you have a moment where you're hypnotized or put in a trance or whatever, you get instantly put into this type of, well, a situation where you can feel it. Every single detail hits you. Smell, fucking feeling, sight, every goddamn thing. If that happens to you, I mean, I wish I knew how to explain it. I wish I knew explain why that would happen, how it would lead there. I have my own theories of why that happened to me. Or maybe since, you know, Dad was already dead. Main memory I have of him is him in the hospital, just withering away. And I never really got to see him that much. Never got to say anything to him. Really. If he was alive, oh my god, there'd be some choice words. It would end in a fist fight. Not even kidding, it would end in a fist fight. Pretty sure he would still love me, but he would probably teeter on, I fucking hate this little bastard. And I was wondering, like I said, he was 6'5". Everybody says that he was 6'5". A lot of fucking people say that. I'm only 6'1", so he would still be taller than me. And that's not even the tallest in his family. Tallest in his family was, what, 7'4"? So yeah, I come from a line of giants. Too bad it didn't work for my other brother. Too bad it didn't work for him. He's short and stock and he's a pile of shit. I don't give a fuck, I'll say it. Oh, man. Fucking shit. Alright, bloodies. I hope you enjoyed this story. Hope you enjoyed this little dive into a sad moment of my life. You know what? It was a little bit... Actually, thinking it was a little bit nice to have that sort of feeling after I thought about it. So I thought about it before, thought about it for quite some time. Hell, I was debating on how to approach this story for Life with the Afterlife. I wasn't so sure, and I was honestly a little bit, well, since it's so, since it's so personal, it made me feel like maybe I shouldn't. But it's still so fucking weird. Still so fucking strange. It's an unexplainable event in my life that I just feel like I have to say. I have to let it out. I told other people this story, and a lot of people have said, you're full of shit. Like, I fucking wish. I really do, I wish. But hey, a lot of people think you're telling a lie when you're telling the truth. But they will eat up a lie as if it was the truth. Ain't that a bitch? Alright, bloodies. This will be on YouTube. So, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this moment in my fucking shit. Let me know what you think. One of the comments before has said that, and this is the first time I've heard this one. One of the comments before for one of the past videos where I talk about my first memory. How I woke up to nothing. Literal nothing. And I still remember that fucking vividly. That shit stuck with me. But I talked about that, and somebody put a comment that said it sounded like you were being oppressed by a Nephilim. Like, I've never heard that one. Huh. I have really never heard that one. A lot of people have told me different things. Even I brought it up during the Deadandlaughing show around the time we first started, and just as a topic, just to go back and forth, just bullshitting, like first memories, blah, 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 blah. And some people were saying, well, a viewer, she was actually a really nice person. She said children or more, what the fuck was it, susceptible to do that type of shit. Since they're younger, they're closer to the dead, and it sounded fucking crazy. It sounded like a trip, and I was thinking, like, who knows? Maybe if you believe in like rebirth and everything, well, that'd be fucking nuts. But who knows, really? Who knows what that instance was? Who knows what the fuck this instance was? I have no goddamn clue. I keep trying to make sense of all of it, but yet none of it makes any fucking sense. So, you just gotta say fuck it sometimes. But yeah, let me know what you think. I do respond to those comments also. So let me know what you think. I know that with that one where she said, that person said, it seems like you're you were being oppressed by a Nephilim. I put down that I've never heard that one before. I feel like the way I wrote it was sarcastic. Did not mean for it to be that way, but it was just an honest thing. Like, I've never heard that one before. Thanks. Like, what the fuck? That's fucking crazy. Oh man! Don't forget to check out the rest of the stuff. So, Twitch, gameplays, play a bunch of shit over there actually. Once in a while I'll mix it up. Most of the time I have it set to 2 games each week. So it's, let's see, right now it's been The Chant, because that game is fucking crazy. It's fucking weird. And Fallout 4 actually at the time of this recording, it's gonna have to be today. So I'm gonna have to play Fallout 4 after all this. And just, yeah, go check it out. Go follow. Let me know what you think. They will be on YouTube as well over on Crude the Corpse. So hopefully you enjoy. And hopefully you go over there and fucking subscribe and do all that fun stuff. Press all my buttons. You know, flick me bells. That sounds like it's gonna hurt. Either way, go check out all that stuff. If you actually like the artwork that comes along with the scary stories, go check out Patreon. All the artwork is available there for Bloodies and Best Bloodies. You get early access to the videos. They're all finished videos, so you can get them over there just earlier than anybody else. You get all the artwork. You get a bunch of downloadable shit. A bunch of downloadable work, really. I even have I was doing it for a little while, but then I got caught up trying to do everything with the scary story, then everything else for the show. It was Angels and Demons every month. So I did one each month. So it would be Angel, Demon, Angel, Demon, Angel, Demon. And they're all over there for you to download and enjoy. Just go ahead and put it whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever you want with it. Just don't try to resell my shit and make a profit off it, because that's fucked up, man. Or if you want to print it out, give it to somebody that you know would enjoy it. Hey, go right the hell ahead. That's completely up to you. There's even like some coloring book pages over there you could print out, do whatever the fuck you want with it, give it to your kids, give it to fucking whoever the fuck, give it to family, fucking cousins, uncles, whatever the fuck, blah, 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 blah. Just go ahead. Completely up to you. It's for you to enjoy. I think they're all like, majority of them are like fan art. Just twisted little fan art things that I just fucked with. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoy. I actually did one. I colored one myself because I didn't color any of them. Beetlejuice. It's over on Crude the Corpse on Instagram. So go check that out. If you find it. Yeah, if you find it, you should be able to find it. I don't see why not. You should be able to find it. Other than that, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, don't forget to check out the description here. For YouTube. The description of the video, there's a code to get 10% off your purchase with Devious Drawing. So yeah, go check that out. Hopefully you enjoy your work as well. That's about it. I keep thinking there's going to be more, but that's about it. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to looking for publishers. Damn, that's bright. Sitting in the dark for too long with a bright fucking light. Oh, there you go. Jesus shit. Alright, buddies. Bye. Close the door on the way out, please. Thank you.